Hello everyone, Hamma here from the Araxis Global Network and PlanetSide-Universe.com, and this is the very first installment of our Patch Notes series, where we're going to talk about the patch and all the major changes that came into it, and whatever else that might happen to come to mind. So stay tuned for about a 5-minute long video, and check out near the end. We see Code Forge and some pimped out armor, among other things. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show, and let us know what you think in the comments, and check out our wiki at wiki.planetside-universe.com. Alright, so Esamir has been added. How the heck do I get there, do you ask? Well, I have an answer. All you gotta do is run up to that fancy terminal there with the globe on it. It's in the main spawn building of the warp gate. And it'll bring up this fancy warp screen where you can go in and you can pick Esamir and hit the warp button. In this case, I was at Esamir, so Indar is the warp button. Fail on my part, but that's how you get there. Next up, we'll talk about the map. Alright everybody, here is the map of Esamir, long awaited. As you can see, they've added a lot of the old bases in here. We've got Manny, we've got Andivari, we've got a couple of others, so it's nice to see they brought in a lot of the PlanetSide 1 names into this new continent, and really excited to start playing on it, and you know, at first sight they've done a really good job with it. So we're going to go ahead and move into the Flash certs. So they added a couple of changes to both the Flash as well as the Sunder. Most notably is the NS-NFI 2000 Turbo, which is apparently some form of afterburner that they place on the ATV, so that should be rather interesting. Among the other things that they changed is they added in top speed and braking force certs. I was taking a look through here and they are there, but they are not unlocked. So I'm not sure why they mentioned that in the patch notes when you can't use it, unless it's a bug in this case that you can't use it. But as you can see here, they're locked out with, you know, 9999 whatever, which means that you can't unlock them. So hopefully that'll be coming up here pretty soon. And onto the Infiltrator. They went ahead and added a bunch of different things to the Infiltrator, one of which is the Recon Detect device. Which will allow you to track vehicles by hitting them with a tracker. Apparently you can shoot them on walls as well. So it's kind of a very neat tool that I think is going to become very useful in the long term. So some of the other things that they did with the Infiltrator is they went ahead and added some more certifications to it. They added ammunition belt in there, which will gain you access to an additional magazine so that you can carry around some more ammo in your Infiltrator britches. Next up we have the Max. Sorry for the lack of background sound here. Had a little bit of a problem with the sound on this particular clip. But they went ahead and made a couple changes to this. Now there's a weapon of each type available to the Max. So you've got, in this case with TR, you've got your Burster, your Pounder, and your DC available to the Max from the start. No flamethrower. It looks like that's something that you're going to have to unlock, but they did make that change. Here I just wanted to talk a little bit about the changes to the amount of certifications required. As you guys know, they made it so that Cert Gain is a little closer to what they believe is going to be final in the game. Have to admit I'm not too much of a fan of the current changes. Not because now I don't have everything, but because some of the things seem a little out of whack still. For example, right here, you can see your suppressor is 48 cert points. Things like the reflex sight are extremely high. A little bit too high, in my opinion, for the current state of the game. It just would take an incredible amount of time to unlock something as simple as a sight. And I really don't think that that's something that should take such a long time. Whereas some other things which really should take longer are easily unlocked. For example, the Mag Rider, you can unlock the jet on it almost instantly right now. So I see that as a problem, and hopefully we'll see some changes to that here soon. Alright, to finish out the video, I wanted to talk a little bit about Esamir, my experience tonight playing a couple hours on it. I did notice that the ATV is improved. You can see the handlebars and the HUD there look much better on it. And the audio is actually better as well, so nice work to the devs on that one. So Esamir is a lot different and plays much different than Indar, as they said it would. So they did keep their promise on that part. There are some pretty crazy, huge battles going on Esamir as compared to Indar. the more spread out outposts do create larger fights, and so I think they got what they were looking for as far as I can tell so far, and I've been pretty impressed with what I've seen. Gonna wrap out the video here with one Mr. Code Forge, one of the devs on the PlanetSide 2 team. Ran across him sitting in the warp gate with his pimped out armor, got the horns going on there among a variety of other customizations. Looks pretty awesome. Thank you everybody for taking the time to watch the video, and be sure to give us your feedback on what you think. We want to continue doing these, and hopefully it's helpful. Please let us know if it's not. A couple things that I didn't touch on that they added that you probably heard in the background was when you spot enemies now, you yell it out, which gets extremely annoying in its current form. You hear people constantly yelling about spotting things, and I'm not really sure if that's what they were going for. If it is what they were going for, they were successful, but in my opinion it's kind of a little bit annoying. And one of the other things that I didn't touch on was the new weapon variants have been added to the store. You can purchase them now, and they're not too expensive, but I don't have them unlocked, so I didn't talk about them, but that's one of the other things that they added to the patch. Anyway, thanks everybody. Hamma here from PlanetSide-Universe.com. Thank you again for watching the video, and please give us your feedback in the comments. Have a good one, guys.